Good evening. I'm Don Hudson. Welcome to the 7. Let's get a look at the big 7 stories right now. And here's what's topping the list. The release of the State Department of Education school letter grades. That's our first big 7 story. Now, many schools in our area were assessed, some getting A's and B's, others, well, getting much lower scores. The release is a snapshot of how each school in the state is doing at meeting expectations for learning, student achievement, academic growth measures, and college or career readiness out of high school. Now, out of the 83 schools in Knox County, most received an A or a B. 4 schools, though, received an F. So which schools are those? Well, Austin East High School, Norwood Elementary, Northwest Middle, and Vine Middle or Magnet School. Some honorable mentions: Career Magnet Academy, Cedar Bluff Elementary School, receiving B's, Copper Ridge Elementary, Carnes Middle School receiving A's. Our next big 7 story, authorities are investigating after a deadly house fire in the Fountain City area of Knoxville early yesterday evening. Knoxville Fire Department responding to the 5800 block of Hillock Road. Once arriving, crews found fire coming from the home. They conducted a secondary search once they got that fire contained to look for any victims, and that's when they found the body of a woman who had died in the fire. According to the Assistant Chief, Mark Wilbanks, searching during an active fire is not an easy thing to do.
We always do what we call a primary search. So if we're in a residence, we go throughout the entire building looking for any victims that may be trying to escape and things like that. However, when you're talking about the actual fire room where the bulk of the fire is where this particular victim was found, it is a little more difficult until we can get the fire knocked back.
As of now, the identity of the victim remains unknown. The cause of that fire still under investigation. Our next big 7 at 7 story is an update to the Sean Williams case. Now, Williams appeared in federal court today in Greenville. Williams escaped from Greene County several weeks ago, recaptured November 21st in Florida after really a nationwide manhunt. Back in October, Williams' court-appointed attorney had actually filed a motion to leave the case even before Williams escaped. Now, David Jolly, the U.S. Marshal for the Eastern District of Tennessee, is sharing a little more information about Williams' escape and capture. He says once he was caught in Florida, Williams was transported to multiple detention centers on Marshals service-operated planes. Then on Tuesday, Williams was flown back to Tennessee, where he was booked into the Blount County Jail. Jolly told us Williams attempted suicide about an hour and 15 minutes after his arrival. How Williams was able to attempt suicide is now under investigation.
How he would have got something in there, or whether something was left in there, or did he have it secreted inside him and was able to beat all the detection systems along the way. We don't know.
Williams appeared in court today with a bandage covering the left side of his neck. Jolly says Williams will return to the Blount County Jail. A fallen sheriff deputy's family being honored is our next big 7 at 7 story. The death of Knox County Sheriff Deputy Tucker Blakely, obviously a sad reminder of the sacrifice that law enforcement can make as they protect our community. To continue honoring his memory this holiday season, a local company decided to decorate Blakely's parents' house with blue Christmas lights. At the end of October, Blakely was shot while on duty responding to a domestic call in the Hardin Valley area. Top Knox Christmas Lights specializes in holiday light installations and came out to honor his memory. Our next big 7 at 7 story focuses on how to protect your packages from porch pirates. Last year, 1 in 7 Americans lost package deliveries due to theft. I lost one just last week, by the way, and mine was just one of 260 million that have been stolen, according to Capital One Shopping. With Christmas just a few days away, it's really important to be vigilant about protecting your deliveries. I should have probably been more so. Captain Shane Vowell with the Anderson County Sheriff's Office says making sure your porch is well lit and coordinating with your neighbors can help deter thieves. His #1 tip, however, is to invest in a camera.
Some of the tips we have is doorbell cameras, which have become very popular now, and the price has become relatively inexpensive over the years. That at least helps us have leads after an incident, or a lot of times may deter a thief from even approaching the house.
Val also said if you do find that you are missing a package, you should file a police report. Our next big 7 story, the TWRA reminder to bear hunters. Yesterday, we told you how TWRA gathers information about bears by collecting and examining their teeth that they get from hunters. And as the bear hunting season starts to wind down, TWRA is reminding all big game hunters to send in the tooth samples for testing. Now, the requirement gives the agency important data, such as the bear's age and gender and their general health, all from one small tooth sample. They also say bear hunting is a way to manage what the agency calls our cultural carrying capacity, or the number of any given species society can actually manage over time. Like deer hunting, bear hunting is done to help us coexist with the bear population and keep them from making their way into cities like Knoxville. Even with hunting, the population, though, continues to grow.
Everybody cares about a bear. Some people love them, some hate them, but we all find them intriguing. So it's a charismatic megafauna is what it's called. And so we just want to make sure we're managing one of our state's natural resources in a proper fashion. And it seems to be that we're doing that.
The TWRA wants to remind hunters the deadline to send in their bear tooth samples, by the way, is February 15th. Our final Big 7 at 7 story, charitable organizations being provided with a gift just in time for the holiday season. Multiple local organizations in the area dedicated to helping at-risk children are receiving an early Christmas present, so to speak. This afternoon, Variety of East Tennessee presented a check for just over $94,000 in grant money to 9 organizations that serve at-risk children in our area. The organizations receiving funds include the Dream Connection, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, Second Harvest Food Bank, Emerald Youth Foundation. The donor, Variety, a children's charity, empowers children with special needs to grow, socialize, and express themselves independently.
This money will provide funding to the organizations to purchase food, clothing, toys, books, anything that is a direct need to the children at risk that they serve.
If you'd like to learn more about Variety and the work they do, maybe even get involved, you can go to their website, varietytn.org. It'll keep you updated on the events and fundraisers that they're hosting to help our community.